Hey everybody, it's Luke over at Galaxy Tech Review, and today I'm going to review a video camcorder from Heegomn. These guys sent this camera out to me for review. It's a $40 1080p Full HD video camcorder. Is it worth your money? Well, we're going to dig into it now, and let's find out. Okay, let's take a look at the specifications on this. It does a still image resolution of 4000 by 3000. Video clips are up to 1080p. It does have an LCD flip-out display at 2.7 inches. The focus is 1.5 meters to infinity, so it doesn't really have like a macro getting up close shots. It does have 8 times digital zoom. There is no built-in storage, so you have to use your own SD card slot up to 32 gigabytes. Photos are in JPEG format, videos are in MOV format. And they do have a bunch of extra functions in there as well. It does have a battery that has 800 milliamps that will last about 3 to 3.5 hours. So before we go into the full unboxing, I'm going to quickly show you exactly what the video quality is out of the box so that you guys can see what I'm talking about here. Okay, so here we just have a straight video. This is video of me and of course of the subject, which happens to be my Doctor Strange Funko Pop, and you guys will be able to see these are all on default settings so that you guys can see exactly what kind. So I wanted to leave in a little bit of the original audio so that you guys could hear. There was this beeping sound that was going on while I was recording. I couldn't quite figure out how to get rid of that. Now overall, the video itself really kind of looks like a webcam type video. It doesn't really look sharp or clear. Now this is about a 1.5 feet away. They say 1.5 meters to infinity, so that may be part of the problem. Overall, once you enable that zoom, that 8 times digital zoom there, you really lose quality on this camera. Again, it's only $40, so if you're looking for maybe like a startup camera for YouTube or something like that, and you really have a limited budget, you might be able to go for this. But then again, your phone's camera can probably take better video than this camera can. It's not insanely terrible, but the frame rate on it is also very low, so you can see, kind of the frame breaks when my hand's moving and stuff like that. Honestly, the video quality on this isn't much better than, say, a webcam's video quality. So with that being said, let's do a quick unboxing of this. You do get a pouch with it to carry the camera, so that's a pretty nice touch for, again, a $40 price point. You do get an AV cable, and curiously, it's a mono AV cable. There's no red to go with that white on the, so it's a one-channel mono AV cable. You can output that to a device or TV that has an older connection. Again, speaking of older connections, we have a USB 2.0 mini USB, not micro USB, but mini USB, the older style USB cables, and it is only a USB 2.0, so you don't get USB 3.0 speeds. Now you can charge directly with your laptop or your PC's USB port, and you can also connect it if you don't want to remove your own SD card slot to pull them off onto your PC, which I found had no problems whatsoever. This manual that they give you is pretty well written, and it's in good print, good sized print, I should say, how to insert your memory card and how to get set up, and it's all there, how to format the card, set your date and time, and so on. And it does show you the effects and modes that you can do with this camera. Again, I went through a lot of them to try to see if I could get the video a bit clearer than what it was, but it just doesn't really do video up close very well, or you would have to be in an outside environment where you would need a little bit more. So this shooter is definitely not for something that's going to be close up. Now, looking at the camera itself, it is all plastic, but that makes it super lightweight, so I'm going to give them points on that. This is a very lightweight camera. It's all built out of plastic here. Again, for the $40 price point, they have to cut corners wherever they can. You can see there's a nice flash there for still images, and when you open it up, it's going to automatically turn on, and you can actually tilt the screen to face you, so for vlogging, maybe outside or something like that. This might work okay, but then again, if you're vlogging and you're holding it in your hand, you're going to be close to it, and you may run into that issue that I had with close-up images. It shows you a lot on screen, what your battery life is, how much time you've been running it, whether your SD card's inserted, whether you're in full HD, or what quality you're using here, and your mode, whether it be still or audio only, or full HD video. And you're going to use these buttons on the right hand side here to be able to navigate these. You also have the power and mode buttons right here as well if you need to shut this off. It also shuts off automatically when you close the lid on this, so that's not too bad. Overall, the design is not a bad design. I just wish it had a little bit better video quality overall, but for $40, you know, what are you going to do? Now you can adjust your white balance, your exposure, your light frequency from 50 to 60 hertz. You can do a lot of the things in here. You can set the quality for your still pictures. There's a lot of settings in here, so I'm surprised when I couldn't get it to quite give me any more quality out of it than I guess the sensor inside has to give me. It does have a spot on the top here, again, with a mode button that'll allow you to switch from, say, still pictures. So you can take still pictures here and you can change, it does have a 12 megapixel sensor, but if you want to take still pictures of something, you can do that. But again, you run into the fact that if I'm trying to take something from fairly close away, it's pretty blurry. So this is more of a distance type camera. If you're going to do something like just record audio, you can, but with that beeping sound that I heard in the audio, the microphone's not so great either. Now on the outside, you do have a flap that will cover your HDMI port, and there is a full HDMI port in here as well, as your mini USB port for hooking it up, your AV out, and a full SD card slot that only supports up to 32 gigabytes. Now you can get about 3 hours of recording on that, and the battery lasts about 3 to 3.5 hours as well, so that fits pretty good. Now the telephoto and wide, you again can zoom in with that 8 times zoom, but you're going to lose a lot of quality since it's not optical, it's digital zoom. So again, something where it's all the way zoomed out and does not really do that well. I wouldn't use the zoom feature too much. On the right hand side, we have that 800 milliamp battery that will record for about 3 to 3.5 hours, so not too shabby on that as well. So that's my review of the Heegomn video camcorder that you can get on Amazon for about $39. The pro points are that it's lightweight and they do have such a low price point on this, but that's kind of about where they stop. The image quality isn't as good as something that you already carry in your pocket, such as your cell phone. The audio quality with that beeping, I could not figure out how to get that to go away. So I can't really recommend this camera at all, even for a $39 price point. Close-up objects, as you saw in the video, were very grainy compared to something, again, like your smartphone. Even some webcams do a little bit better as far as video goes than this one particularly does. It has a lot of features on it, I'll give it that. It does have 8 times digital zoom, and I'll give it that as well, and it'll record for about 3.5 hours, so that's not a bad battery time, but unfortunately the quality of audio and video on this particular unit is just definitely subpar. So I'm definitely going to give this one a not recommended. This was Luke from Galaxy Tech Review. If you guys haven't subscribed, please do so, because that always helps me and supports my channel, and I'll check you guys out on the next video.